Alright guys, so today on the Shed Sesh, I want to take you through this multi-mount, show you how it evolved. I'll take you through the what I'm just calling a multi-mount. The whole idea behind it was to move out tools that are, generally bench mount, so you don't have something stuck on the bench all the time. It's taking up valuable real estate. If the shed was twice the size, it'd be full of crap, and I'd still be wanting to be a bit frugal with the space. This did start off as just a bench grinder stand. Literally just had this top plate here and a smaller bottom plate. So it's been a bit of a work in progress over the couple of years. Generally, it's just around I think this is a 90 by 90 by about 2 mil stand, 2 or 3 mil, about 1 meter high, and all this stuff here, which is sort of the main part of it, is just tow bar steel. So just exactly the same stuff you'd make a tow bar out of, yoke and the tongue and all that in a tow bar. So the bigger stuff is 65 by 65 by about 6 mil, 5 mil, 6 mil thick, and the smaller stuff that goes in is 50 by 50 by about 4 mil. I tried to find lighter gauge stuff that would actually fit in to each other. The place I was at didn't have it, so I just got a couple lengths of that, so it's quite heavy as well. The plates, you'll see, it's 150 wide by about 6 to 8 mil thick, and I just chopped that into 300 lengths. If I need a base, I'll take you through some of the bases that I've made that go on it and some of the configurations. This is just pretty much an adapter. The idea is with all of this it's modular depending on how you want it. You just tighten up the bolts. Same deal. It can go this way, can come in, and go around that way. It did have this small plate around because all it was doing was holding up a bench grinder. As I've expanded it, I put these in to be able to do 2 bench grinders, one on one out here and one out the other side, and that smaller plate was fine to start with, but then I went and got the bender, and I thought I'd make use of this as well. So I put this piece in here which took it above the height of the bench grinders and sat on top there. So we'll go through and I'll show you that. Problem being a bender, you've now got rotational force here, and it was starting to rip the Dynabolts out of the bottom. So I've put in some extra plate and extra Dynabolts, and now it's a lot more rigid. Should last me years. Now this one a little bit more complicated, and it's all bolted in, so I can't show you much. But all it is really is 2 pieces of that 65 square with a couple of tabs on to bolt it into the bench. And again, got the nuts welded to the side, and what it enables you to do, and a hole cut in the top of the bench, and my rubber mat. Yep, some light. Just go straight through. And of course, for the most part, the vise just sits in there all the time. And given the strength of everything, doing the bolts up, you got quite a bit of rotational rigidity as well. And yeah, so far it's worked great. This is a typical plate. It's literally just that 6 mil 150 wide plate welded to the 50 by 50 tube, and you just bolt a couple of holes. Bolt your tools to it. When you're not using any of those tools, the idea is, the reason I haven't done it is because I'm just concerned about compromising the structure of the mezzanine. So if you look at my previous videos, I built this mezzanine right up around 2 bays of the shed. Now everything's pretty much hanging on these 100 by 100 by 5 mil. I think chances are they'd be fine to weld, some of that bigger bar stock or the bigger tube to there. But the idea was to weld a bunch of them all the way up, and then you could actually store the tools in there when you're not using them. They're out of the way, they're not being used. But as I said, I'll probably get a plate and then weld to that plate, and then try to bolt somehow that plate to the posts of the mezzanine. So as I said, given how much steel warps and bends when it's heated up and all this kind of stuff, I just didn't want to end up welding. I've got a hell of a lot of weight up on this mezzanine. I didn't want to start welding on here too much, big long weld beads, and have the tube buckle. I'm shagged if it comes down. As far as where I'd want to go next, actually getting the electrician to mount a box just on the back here with a couple of switches in. So that way your cables could just sort of run down and plug straight into the in around the back here. Obviously there'd be a bit of conduit down on the bottom there to another plug somewhere. That'd just keep things a little bit neater and a little bit tidier. There's nothing stopping you also in the other shed just having literally flat mounts with this thicker steel with a flat plate on, just mounted to a brick wall or mounted to anywhere you might use one of the bench grinders or the bender or the vise, and you just want to get it down there temporarily just to work on something, and in the meantime you could use it as some sort of make up a bench or a wooden bench for it that just popped in. Possibilities are endless. As I said, over there with that post, just to be able to store all the different tools when they're not being used. Generally this stays set up like this because the way I've set it up, everything's out the way, so I can have this one. I've got the wire brush and a grinder on that one, and the linishing belt and a grinder on this one. Grinding stone, bender's there when I need it. I can put the vise here if I need the vise. I can put the bender over on the bench if I need the bender over there. It's just a very versatile sort of way of setting everything up. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see more of this stuff and the 1 tonner and just shed related stuff, like and subscribe down below. It doesn't cost a thing. I'll keep on trying to bring you some shed content. Anyway guys, that's it for this episode. As always, love your work, get in the shed. Kookaburras. Motorbikes.